Sorry about that. I somehow bumped the record button without actually bumping it, and my phone randomly decided to stop recording. So, we're going to go ahead and back out this screw, which you can tell it's an older model because the screw's black, when on the newer ones they're silver. But on these older ones, just like my Power Force that I just ran, the screws are black. I'm not sure if there's like a quality difference or not. I don't know. I like the black. I think it looks better. But we'll take the cord off. Just slap that off. I might kind of wipe this area off real quick. All right, now this is not the proper way to clean this, but just to like get the main like bits of dust off it, I just got a rag and I've just been wiping this down. The rag just has a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on it, which is not the ideal thing to clean vacuums, but it kind of works. I mean, it works for electronics and stuff, so you can kind of use it for this. Just to get it, reasonably clean. And try to get the back of it clean and everything. Oh my god, there's packing peanuts on the underneath side as well. Look at that. Some stuffed in there, some stuffed in the brush roll. There's some hair on the brush roll, which is fine. Some more peanuts. There we go. So if we put this down, there's more peanuts in here. Crunchy. There we go. Pull that out. There's some hair on this brush roll too. There's a couple packing peanuts in the hose. I guess it's not a big deal because it should get those when it turns on and everything. But at least these ones are all out of it. So it doesn't like stop the belt or anything goofy. So I just realized the camera wasn't fully pointed at that. That's always how this goes, isn't it? Bottom's actually nice and clean for the most part. Of course there's dust inside this area, but there always is. It always kind of kicks dust up there when it's running, and the static cling kind of gets it a little bit. So it's not perfect, but it'll be okay. I'm not too worried about the hair. Looks like he had long hair, but I'm not too worried about that. Get all the screws in place. The base plate's in beautiful condition, surprisingly. The base plate's not scratched or anything. I wonder if that was replaced at some point. Come on. Pull those last couple peanuts out. There we go. And pull this. Okay, now it kind of bothers me. I'll pull this hair out real quick. See if I can remember where I left the hair on the carpet, right where the tripod is. This isn't bad at all. This is like somebody just used it for like a week or something. Maybe even less if they had really long hair. But I mean, I have pretty long hair, and usually my hair doesn't tangle too bad, but I imagine it shows up way better on these yellow brush rolls than it would on the black ones. So it very easily could be a normal amount of hair that a Bissell would get, but it might just be more obvious since it's a yellow brush roll. But yeah. Pull that off there. I don't get all of it, but just enough so that way it's not obstructing the brush roll in any way. There we go. There we go. There's a bit of string. Pull that off. And a chunk of hair. The end here, we'll pull that out. There we go. good. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm clearly treating it as if it has to be. I'm trying to get like every last little bit. Should be good. Last little bit right there. There we go. That should be good enough. There's some hair over here. A little bit. Probably should just take this apart, but I don't feel like doing that. There we go. Good enough. And the belt. It's got a good belt on it. I can feel it's got a good belt. That's good. Alright. Nice and light. Let's see if there's a... Oh, more peanuts. Where are these coming from? Alright. Let's see if there's a bag in here. Oh, it's really difficult to pop off there. No bag, but plenty of peanuts. So, dump those out. There we go. That's fine. Let me grab a bag and pop it in here. I'll probably just grab the bag out of the Power Force. Alright, there's our partially used Clean Fairy HEPA bag going in. There we go. We'll pop the bag door on. I don't know if this tab is like bent or something. Feels like the tab's bent almost. There we go. Alright. Now we still got to assemble this thing, but I did pull out the screw. Oh goodness, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So here's our handle. We'll just wipe that down. I'm sure it got dusty from all the peanuts in the packaging and it being stuck at the post office for a month. Which I never had that really happen before. It's definitely new to me. But yeah, handle's actually really clean. And then of course, just like any other old Bissell, you line it up with the catches and it slides right on. This one just slides on. There's like no, like it's kind of loose, almost like the guides are like worn, because that just effortlessly slides on. And there's a little bit of play. Actually, that might just be the turbo brush. Okay, no, so it's not bad. And I'll put in the screw. We'll flip our screwdriver. Oop, wrong way. Forgot this ratcheting screwdriver doesn't have the length to get it the rest of the way in there because of so gotta carefully tighten that. There we go. That's on there all the way. And while we're here, I'll tighten up the other screws. Sometimes they come undone just a little bit. They're usually not too bad. Yeah, so that should be good. Yep, that's on there all the way. And then finally, we just gotta put on the hose. And the static. Are there peanuts in here? There are. I can hear them. But as long as they don't clog it, I don't really care. So it'll probably make a funny noise when I first turn it on as it pulls in all the peanuts. I can hear them rustling around in the hose. But yeah. Alright. I don't know which way this is supposed to go, but either way, push it in and twist it. Oh, it goes that way. Okay. Trying to twist it the wrong way. Oh, there they fall out. And there's our hose. Pops up there, traditional Bissell fashion. And down there, this hose might be on backwards, but that's okay. And then finally, combo tool goes on here with the brush facing the left. And then crevice, actually clean off the extension wand. Slide that on there, and then our crevice tool. There we go. All right, so that's that. I'll try to remember where the clump of hair is. It's right here. So the clump of hair is right down. Clump of hair is right down there. So I got to remember to clean that first before anything else, so that way I don't get the hair lodged up in here. So plug this in. I didn't even check to see if it was in the off position. Thankfully it's not. Check the HEPA filter. I can tell there's one in here. Yeah, not too bad. I don't know if could use replacing, but for now it should be fine. There's a bit of dust in there. Maybe I'll clean that out later. Not too worried about it for now. Let's see if this turns on. Almost sounds clogged, but not quite. Yeah, I'm happy with this, especially for the price. So, yeah, it does run. The motor sounds a little bit off balance, so at some point I might pull that apart and work on it, because it kind of sounds like the way like some of the bagless Bissell motors sound over time, with dust kicking up the fan and everything. So, and it sounds kind of muffled too, which makes me think there might be something in the fan, but it runs fine. But I do feel like the fan's off balance because the thing also does vibrate a fair bit, but it's definitely serviceable, and I'm definitely happy with it even regardless. I mean, I could probably use it like this and it wouldn't really have an issue, but especially with it being bagged. But yeah, so seems all good and everything. It's got all the tools and everything. Headlight works, so that's good. So yeah, this thing is probably going to be in a few more videos. I can tell the belt, I thought the belt was good, but the belt ironically is stalling a little bit on my carpet, but that could just be from it sitting in the same position, in a cold post office for a month, and it kind of wearing it in those spots unevenly. So it's definitely not a stretched out belt, but it definitely is a worn belt. So I might still put a belt on it, a new belt, but obviously I have a million Bissell bags and belts and HEPA filters and all that stuff, because I could probably replace the HEPA filter too, but it doesn't really need it. It doesn't smell or nothing. So yeah, that's the Bissell PowerTrak model 6592 finally on the channel. Well, this and the unboxing, of course, which of course is a camera cutout, so I'm not sure. As the time I record this, I'm not sure if I'm gonna stitch these two clips together or if I'm just gonna upload them separately. I'll probably just upload them separately, just one after the other. So, but yeah, so that's the Bissell PowerTrak. It's complete. I don't even know if you want me to say your name, but thank you to the person who sent me this. You know who you are, because I actually forgot to ask if they want me to shout them out or not. If they do, I'll put whatever info they want me to put in the description. But yeah, so either way, that is that. Thank you again. I do really appreciate it. You definitely, I mean, according to the label, you spent $75 to send this to me from well, I know some people are squirrely about even saying the state they live in, but we'll just say that I know when it stopped being scanned, it was in North Carolina, but we'll see. You know, eventually, after like 3 weeks, it was just stuck on saying arriving late, and then finally it showed up in Ohio a couple days ago, and then it finally got delivered. So I'm glad it got here safely, and yeah, so I'm happy to get it. Obviously, never thought I'd get one of these because I don't know if they sold more or less of these than the Powerglide Platinum. I mean, it probably doesn't matter because they're literally the exact same machine. The only difference is the name. So I would take a wild guess and say that these models are slightly more common. Neither of them are exactly common, but I'm not sure if I'd call them rare either. They're kind of like one of those weird machines where people just didn't buy them in the first place. So you could say they're rare, but at the same time, there are still a good amount of them out there. It's just a matter of finding them. They're definitely not as common as the standard power forces, which the standard power forces are even starting to get hard to find these days. Not necessarily because they're rare, but just because, you know, so many people threw them away, and most of the people that threw them away a decade ago of these models, or even 5 years ago or something like that. But yeah, so that's the Power Force and the PowerTrak, and yeah, that's pretty much that. But yeah, I was commenting earlier how I think when this machine was new, I think it would have came with this style of crevice tool, because that's what this one came with, and then my Powerglide Platinum would have probably came with this style, which, funnily enough, on my Powerglide Platinum I have this, and this one has this. So technically I probably should switch them if I want them to be accurate. But does it actually matter? No. These are definitely the best crevice tools since they have the bleed holes and the notch. And these are kind of nice because, and here's a little bonus, nowadays I use this upholstery tool on my Bissells because it not only matches the crevice tool almost perfectly, but it's actually a cute little upholstery tool and it actually fits. Can someone tell me what this came from? Because I just found this randomly at a thrift store in like a bag of other accessories, and it almost looks like it came off of a toy. But yeah, so I'd love to know what this came from. But a lot of times when I use one of these Bissells now, and I don't want to use the turbo brush or that awful combo tool, I just use that because it pushes in and it fits and it works. So it even matches the aesthetic of the... Oh, it's funny because this PowerTrak and the Powerglide Platinum, they both have this dark gray height adjustment knob. So technically the current generation crevice tool actually matches the best, objectively. So if you have to replace this is a completely unrelated side tangent. None of this matters, but I'll show you real quick. But if for whatever reason you had to replace the crevice tool on this, the current crevice tool that you can get for the 1739 model current gen Power Force, it actually matches that dial way better than either of these. Because either of these crevice tools don't really match anything on the machine. But they're obviously designed to be lighter because when they're all black, people don't realize they're there. And that was an issue with the 6585 and 6584 and the 71Y7. Those machines had black crevice tools that looked like this, and a lot of people didn't know they were there. So yeah, it's funny because this actually matches better, matches that dial. So if I put one of these new ones on, that actually matches the best out of all these. Which is funny because, you know, this is much newer. I'm sure none of you care about any of that, but just some little oh my god, there's a peanut in here too. Yeah, there's a little peanut in there too. So, these things. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed my little autistic rant about crevice tools on Bissell's. But yeah, this is the Bissell PowerTrak second video, because I think I'll upload these separately, so this will probably be a separate video from the unboxing. So the Bissell PowerTrak on the channel, finally. It's not worth doing a comparison between the PowerGlide Platinum, is there? Because literally the only difference is the name, and that's it. They're the exact same machine. But yeah, still funny. So yeah, we got a PowerTrak on the channel. You can tell I'm running out of things to say. So anyways, this is Intellitech Studios signing out. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see video-wise out of this thing. And yeah, I hope you all have a good one. Peace.